Rays offense has been red hot, scoring a franchise record 8 or more runs in each of the past 4 contests. Tonight, Tampa Bay looks for their 6th consecutive win, closing out an abbreviated series in Baltimore. Tonight we welcome you to the birthplace of the national anthem. A gorgeous night in Baltimore. The temperature 69 degrees under clear skies. This will be game 2 of an abbreviated series. Originally set to be 3, it will be a 2-game set. Hi again, everyone, and welcome to an evening of Rays baseball with Brian Anderson, Dwayne Stats. Great to have you aboard. We'll hear from Michelle Margot throughout the evening as well. Rays have won 5 in a row in BA in 4 of those games. The last 4, the bats have been very productive.
When you look at the Rays offense right now, that the way they've swung the bats the last 4 games, everything is clicking right now, clicking on all cylinders. You think about the long ball from a season ago, not so much this year, but guess what? In these 4 games, they have pounded out 7 home runs, but more impressively than that is the way that they've been stringing at bats together and building innings. Everybody getting involved 1 through 9, using the whole field, putting runners in motions, taking their walks, and I'm going to tell you something, when they get guys in scoring position, they have been cashing in, hitting 444 with runners in scoring position, 20 out of 45. Like I said, everybody getting involved, a lot of hot hitters in this lineup. The guy that'll be looking to slow them down a little bit is Dylan Bundy, and he's throwing the ball as well as anybody. That 1.42 earned run average, that's good enough for 4th in the American League. All 5 of his starts have been quality starts, been moving the ball around the zone. Very good slider. 40 strikeouts and just over 31 innings pitched, and the slider has been the big pitch for him. We'll see if he can keep it rolling against a very hot offense.
Well, in many ways, a marquee matchup. Chris Archer on the hill for the Rays, Dylan Bundy for the Orioles, although Archer has struggled against this team with a 5-8 and a 481 lifetime line against Baltimore. And Dylan Bundy 1-2 against the Rays with that 6.26 earned run average. 2 good arms go at it, 2 right-handers. The Rays and the Orioles square off. We're just moments away from the first pitch. Well, game 2 of this set about to get underway. The Rays and the Orioles. The Rays have spent considerable time in Baltimore. The day off, then the rain out. Last night's win for the Rays 8-4. And tonight they'll wrap it up. The starting lineup presented by your Southern Ford dealers. We'll find again Denard Span in the leadoff spot, followed by C.J. Cron and Carlos Gomez. Brad Miller will be the cleanup man for the Rays. At third base, Daniel Robertson, followed by Joey Wendell. Wilson Ramos is the catcher. Alex Smith will hit 8th and play center field. And Adeiny Echeverria in there playing shortstop, batting 9th.
Now taking the mound tonight for the Baltimore Orioles is going to be right-hander Dylan Bundy, making his 6th start of the season. Talked about the fact that all 5 of his starts have been quality starts, and in fact he's given up just 1 or 0 earned runs in 4 of the 5 and putting up those stellar numbers. Doesn't have a whole lot to show for it because of a lack of run support, but he's been doing his job and doing it at a high level.
A good arm, a great competitor. The slider, a big pitch for him. And so we will see how the Rays fared as they try to keep this offensive trend moving in the right direction. Here's Denard Span, and the first pitch of this game is a fastball a bit wide. See Denard Span with 17 runs batted in, hitting .270 for the year. And he takes ball 2, 2-0. Boy, he has set the tone at the top of this lineup with consistently good at bats.
And he's been clutch, something this whole team has kind of picked up on the last few ball games.
There's a strike, 2-1.
But you're right, he is the perfect guy for this ball club and hitting out of this position. Kevin Cash very happy with what Denard Span's been doing.
It's foul the other way. Out of play. Of course, the whole lineup has to hit. But if you have a veteran guy like Denard Span, who consistently goes up there, works the count, works the opposing pitcher, boy, that's a great way to start a game. And a full count.
Well, that was something that the Rays, you talk about switching things up on the fly. Last year it was all about the big swings and the home runs, and this year, you talked to Chad Mottola, he said you're going to see longer at bats, you're going to see guys, use the middle of the field and do things a little differently.
And there is ball 4, and again a very close pitch there, but an excellent at bat. And Denard Span is aboard to start this one.
Yeah, that did not miss by much. Dylan Bundy trying to come in with the heater. Caleb Joseph is going to get ready. You see, he was flinching, get ready to throw that ball down to third to throw it around.
Mike Everett, the crew chief, working the plate tonight. This pitch to C.J. Cron is a ball, fastball. Cron has been a big part of the Rays offense. Doubled home 2 runs last night in the 4-run 5th. And there's ball 2. 2-0. Breaking ball that missed.
And right now having trouble finding a consistent release point and really having trouble finding the strike zone. And this is not a lineup that you want to be stumbling early against, the way they've been swinging the bats.
High shot back into center field, turning around and watching that one get out. Jones watches it sail away, and a 2-run home run off the bat of C.J. Cron. Rays out in front 2-0. Cron's 6th home run of the year. Jones turned, took a step and a half, and just watched it get out of here.
I just said, this is not the lineup that you want to be messing around with command early. You fall behind Cron 2-0 and wait until you see where this pitch is. We've been talking about this for the last week. Where his hot zone is, it's there. Middle down, middle in, down. He has been crushing there every ball that's made its way to that area.
Now the first pitch, Carlos Gomez sends a fly ball toward the left field corner, and that ball into the stands, but reaching in is Mancini. Mancini challenging that wall down there. Boy, that's quite a play by Trey Mancini to take that ball out of the stands.
Yeah, and he hurt himself a little bit. I think it was his foot maybe off the bottom of that wall. But this is an extremely difficult play. Well into the stands, second row. And you can see him coming out of here. Right there, you can't really see it, but that foot coming up against the concrete, he's feeling it right there.
So that's the first out. Here's Brad Miller. Miller pops it into short left, angling out Machado from shortstop. Grabs it for the second out, just fair.
Well, all that action, we've not been able to get to the Oriole defense. Let's go ahead and do that right now. Brought to you by Golden Diamond Source. This is how they're going to line up. In the outfield, left to right, Mancini, Jones, and Santander. Across that infield, third to first, Valencia, Machado, Peterson, and Davis. Caleb Joseph will get the call behind the plate.
Daniel Robertson now. It's a strike on the fastball. The home run by Crone, only the second given up by Dylan Bundy, and this is sixth start, both to right-handed hitters. He's given up 6 hits to right-handed hitters. They're hitting only .094 coming into this game often. 2 of those 6 hits have been home runs.
Well, the reason for the great numbers against the righties has been the slider. The slider has completely neutralized right-handed hitters. Tough to get to the slider, though, when you're down in the count 2-0, which is what he was to Crone.
Into the dirt, 2-2. Daniel Robertson was on 4 times last night. He's coming off that last game against the Minnesota Twins on Sunday when he was 4 for 4. And is out on strikes here. So the Rays are finished in the first. They get 2 on the walk to Denard Span and the home run by C.J. Crone. Rays 2, Baltimore coming into bat. The Rays a 2-run lead to carry into the bottom of the first. A quick look at the Baltimore lineup presented by your Southern Ford dealers. Trey Mancini, followed by Jace Peterson, and then Manny Machado. Jones, Davis, and Alvarez down the middle. Pedro Alvarez, the DH. Valencia, Santander, and Joseph 7, 8, and 9.
Well, Chris Archer making his 6th start of the season and coming off his longest outing of the year. It was against the Twins. He went 6 2/3, gave up 2 earned runs. It was a no decision, but the team ended up winning that game.
Mancini going after a fastball, fouls it back, strike 1. Trey Mancini made the transition from first base to the outfield, now leading off.
And he's done a nice job for Buck Showalter out of that leadoff spot. Good average, good on base percentage.
Coming off a very good rookie season last year when he hit over 290. In fact, was 3rd in the American League Rookie of the Year voting.
Yeah, and his ceiling would have been 2nd. No one was going to get Judge.
Yeah,
he ran away
right
with it.
It's foul back, 2 and 2. Well, he was pretty consistent up there for Buck Showalter a year ago. He had 293 against lefties, 293 against righties.
You can't ask for anything better than that. And you know what all that does is that allows you to be a guy that you can run out every single day and not have to worry about, do I need to platoon this guy? Is he going to be able to handle the right-hander? That's kind of how Daniel Robertson has been swinging the bat this season, taking advantage of his opportunity.
3-2 and a cut and a miss as Mancini is out on strikes on the slider.
Let's take a look at the Rays defense, see how it's going to line up here tonight. Brought to you by Gold and Diamond Source. And in that outfield left to right, we've got Span, Smith, and Gomez. Across the infield, 3rd to 1st, Robertson, Echeverria, Wendell, and Crone. Wilson Ramos behind the plate.
There's Jace Peterson. Comes out swinging and fouls the fastball away. Well, Archer making his 6th start. More than a strikeout per inning. 30 now in just under 28 innings. Trying to work on that 6.59 ERA. And is quickly ahead of Peterson, 0-2.
Oh, Buck looking for any kind of spark that he can. Jace Peterson just joining this team. In fact, last night was his first ball game and already moving right up to the 2-hole. This has been a stagnant offense, to say the least.
Foul right back, hitting .213 collectively, the Orioles.
When you think about it, they don't walk, so the on-base percentage isn't going to be very good. They haven't been very good with runners in scoring position or created many opportunities, so guess what? You're not going to score many runs.
Yeah, they're a -54 in the run department against the opposition.
We're still in April.
Yep.
Well, you know what? This offense, 1 through 9, as a group, a collective group, they swing at more pitches outside the strike zone than anybody else, and it's not real close. So you garner that kind of a reputation, and teams are going to test you. If you don't stop, you're not going to hit anything.
I mean, ball foul back.
When you realize you can get ahead of a guy and then just expand, and that he's going to continue to chase off the plate, yeah, this is about the only guy.
I was going to say, there's the one guy who is hitting and having a great year. Manny Machado on deck. Peterson fouls it. Foul the slider.
And if you don't have strike zone discipline and guys can expand to the majority of guys that are in your lineup and have success, well, you're not going to ever see anything good to hit. Your barrels are going to be low, Dwayne.
They are indeed. A little tapper foul. Now here's a situation where Archer trying to put Peterson away, 2 strikes on him, and Peterson has extended this into a 7-pitch at bat.
Been trying to close him with the slider, and you haven't seen that put away wipeout slider like the one that Mancini saw thus far. And Peterson's been able to foul off a number of them. Maybe heater now.
Upstairs with it. Ball, 2 strikes.
And sometimes you'll do that. You know, you want to put away a guy with the off-speed pitch. He fouls a few off, so you get your arm speed back up, show him a heater up and out of the zone, and then come right back with that slider.
See if we can bury one down and in here, and the pitch is lined up the left side. That's a foul ball.
Yeah, that one's still a little bit too high in the zone, not able to bury it at all.
Strikeout of Mancini, and the extended at bat. Peterson down in the count, battling Archer. And there is strike 3. He got him looking. So a couple strikeouts to start this one. Took a little while after getting up 0-2, but he finally got him looking.
Now changed the location, went from trying to drop it back door to drop it in, and he just was able to catch that inside corner.
Turned out to be a 10-pitch at bat. Manny Machado. Machado 5th in the league, hitting .344. Fastball misses. And our Lowe's whole team together look at Manny Machado and where he ranks among Major League shortstops. Well, this is what we're talking about. He's having a great start. Pick a category and he's among the leaders.
Well, average, driving the ball, on base percentage, willing to, you know, have some of that strike zone discipline that the rest of this lineup hasn't had thus far. Well, he's making a statement.
And a base hit through the open right side. Fastball over there, and he's aboard with 2 outs.
You know what? And you'll take that if you're Chris Archer. If Manny Machado's going to hit a hard hit ground ball to the right side for a base hit, okay. 2 outs, nobody on. He just stays back and rifles that ball, hit it hard. Rays with that little semi-shift.
You know, it's interesting. We were looking at all those numbers on Machado among shortstops. And then we talked the other night about Gregorius in New York and the free agent year for Machado. Well, Gregorius went into today leading the league in hitting at .372, second in home runs with 9. Here's Adam Jones with a pop-up on the left side for Echeverria, who makes the catch. And 29 runs batted in for Gregorius, so that's going to be fun to watch all summer, those 2 guys. 2-0 Rays.
The Rays have set a club record with 4 straight games with 8 or more runs, and I asked hitting coach Chad Mottola what he attributes the recent offensive surge to, and he said guys are starting to get into routines. There hasn't been snow, there's been consistent night games, guys are just getting their work in finally. And he also mentioned the lineup construction, saying that since the younger guys are performing, it's taking some pressure off of the older guys, which really helps all around. Dwayne?
Yeah, and that lineup has been pretty consistent as well, not only in production, but in the lineup run out there day in and day out now by Kevin Cash and Chad Mottola.
You'd have a mutiny on your hands.
Yeah, you can't change what you're doing now.
No, they've been too good.
Ground ball, back of first, foul, 2 strikes. Well, our Toyota inside look. Maybe underscore what we're just talking about there. You look at the first 15 games and then the last 7, and it's night and day.
Well, everything. You know, when you think about a facet of this offense that's not going well right now. You know, early on you could have said, well, listen, they're starting to put together some innings, score multiple runs in innings, but the long ball's still not there. Well, now that has caught up. A lot of home runs here the last 4 games. They're getting guys on base. They're moving runners over. They're scoring, you know.
That's a base hit line out of the reach of Machado. Wendell's going to hustle his way into 2, and he's in there standing up. Double for Joey Wendell.
This one at bat right here is going to highlight 3 different things on what this lineup's doing. Work a long at bat, not be afraid to hit the ball with 2 strikes, use the other side of the field, and look to take the extra base. That's what they've been doing. This at bat was a perfect picture of this Rays offense here the last little while.
Well, you talk about a guy taking advantage of an opportunity. He's been at AAA for 3 years in the Oakland organization. Comes over here, gets a chance to show what he can do at the major league level, and boy, Wendell continues to do that. Ramos fouls it out of play, and he's been his first month of the season a great story. Wendell and Robertson, the 2 of them, have been a very important part of this team.
Ran into those 2 leaving the batting cage this afternoon, getting to the ballpark. 2 peas in a pod, walking right, you hitting the lineup together.
Long one off the bat of Ramos, deep to left. Mancini will look up. That one is out of here. Wilson Ramos connects, and the Rays make it 4-0. Well, the Rays catcher, Ramos, belting his 2nd home run of the year. You know, he had gone 0 for 7 with 3 strikeouts against Bundy. That's his first career hit off Bundy, and he hits one out of here.
But these guys are capitalizing on every mistake that Bundy's made. And in Wendell, you can make the case that wasn't even a mistake. That ball was up above the zone. That was. And that swing lets you know.
He's playing long ball early. 2-run homer from Crone in the first, 2-run homer from Ramos. Malik Smith fouling one, strike 1. Rays now have 19 home runs as a team. Breaking ball drops in. Something different there from Bundy on the curveball at 75. And now Malik Smith is hit by the fastball.
And he just can't find it right now. He'll look good for a pitch or 2, and it seemed like he really was raring back there to drive a fastball in an 0-2 count, and just bad miss.
So Smith is at first. Danny Echeverria about to step in. Hitting .288, a couple home runs on the year. Alex back in at first.
Bundy's already given up 4 stolen bases here in his 5 starts. Opposition 4 out of 5. Rays, they like to push the envelope with the lead.
And why not? Another move to first, and Malik's back in.
Well, we got a second here, Dwayne. Let's take a look at a scouting report on Adeiny Echeverria. And return of the extra base hit. You know, early in the season, a lot of singles. You remember all the doubles and home runs that he had for the Rays a season ago? Well, those have started to make a return. And then you saw the second part of that scouting report was S cubed, and that is still silky smooth out there at shortstop. With the way that he has played that position, continues to make spectacular play, makes all the routine plays. Well-rounded player here for the Rays.
Yeah, how great is it to have a shortstop who can do all the things defensively he can do, and then throw in the occasional home run, extra base hit, run batted in. 0-2. Echeverria gave up on that one, and it broke into the zone. Swing and miss by Echeverria. He's out on strikes. You know, Bundy coming in 1-2, but with a 1.42 ERA. He'd given up 1 home run in 31 2/3 innings. And coming into this game, and now as he pitches in the second, he's been touched for 2 home runs in an inning plus.
He just has not been able to get the pitches to his spots, the spots that have made him successful here in this nice little run. You think about the 2-0 pitch to Crone, that's right into his wheelhouse, and then you're trying to come middle in to Wilson Ramos, a guy that early in the count is going to look to turn and burn.
Well, Denard Span opened the game with a walk. Good at bat, got on base. Got Crone up there. There's a take on a pitch away. Span has shown such a great eye at the plate, a great knowledge of the strike zone. And it's hard to recall a time when he's actually gone out of the zone to chase a pitch.
I think he was down around, what was it, 2.5% chase rate a few games ago.
Alex Smith back in. They're going to throw it away. Smith will head to second. Santander with the pickup on the attempt to get Smith off of first base. The Orioles throw it away, and now Malix is in scoring position.
Well, keeping an eye on Malik Smith over there, Dylan Bundy was, and all of a sudden Caleb Joseph is going to try to throw behind him. Big extra step there in the secondary, and that ball comes up on Chris Davis. Low throw, high hop, and off to the races.
Well, Span, who's been so good with men in scoring position, 9 for 19, hitting .474, has one out there now. And that's going to be a strike. See, he's third behind Jose Altuve and Hanley Ramirez. Chop toward the middle, glove by Machado, throw to first in time. Smith goes to third. Two outs with a runner aboard at third base. Pair of 2-run home runs for the Rays. C.J. Crone opened the scoring with that blast in the first.
Didn't take long. Leadoff walk to Span and the 2-0 count to Crone. And that fast, the Rays up 2-0.
Pitch is too low.
Well, we keep talking about it, and I'm going to tell you what, pitchers here recently have had some pitches venture into those zones, and he has stayed red hot.
He's ahead in the count right now, 2-0. He really has taken to the number 2 spot in the Rays lineup. With some power up there right away.
And you see that around the league, Dwayne. You start to look around.
Into left field, Mancini closing, makes the catch to retire the Rays, who come up with 2 more on the home run by Wilson Ramos. Rays leave a man at third. There's the Ramos home run. On to the bottom of the second. It's 4-0 Tampa Bay. Those 2 gentlemen, C.J. Cron and Wilson Ramos. We go to the bottom of the second. And big power here in Chris Davis to lead off for Baltimore. Then Pedro Alvarez and then Valencia. Davis skies it out of play the opposite way. Strike 1. Well, for Davis against Archer, it's been feast or famine in 28 at bats, 7 hits with 3 home runs and 15 strikeouts.
He'll expand. And, you know, Chris got away or got ahead with the fastball away. Immediately follows that up with a very good changeup down and away, but out of the zone. And now you can go, oh, don't do that.
Fastball right out there. He fouled it.
Did you see where Ramos had the glove, though? They want that up at the top of the zone to get it over the swing, and that one, you know, that's where that pitch can sometimes be tough. Ramos wants it up here. It ends up down there around the thighs.
There's a cut and a miss, and he strikes him out, had him out in front.
Fastball changeup, fastball changeup, and the changeups were of high quality.
Again.
Kept it right out over the plate. Look at the finish on that pitch. A couple of dandy off-speed deliveries here by Archer early.
You know, Archer will use that against lefties a lot more than he does against righties, and I think he's starting to use that more against lefties than he has in the past. And here's a guy who's really been a problem for him, Pedro Alvarez. Look at those numbers against him. 353 lifetime Alvarez against Archer. Two and 0 the count. And of those 6 hits, 5 have been for extra bases. 2 homers and 3 doubles. Two and one. Hot shot off the mitt, thrown and up the right field line. Alvarez makes the turn and stops. It's bobbled by Gomez, but after the stop, no place for Alvarez to advance. So he has a base hit, hot shot line drive.
That's respect right there for Carlos Gomez and his arm, because Alvarez wanted to go 2, looking for any reason to go 2, and Gomez just wouldn't let him do it. First of all, that ball is scalded right off the glove of C.J. Cron. Couldn't even get it up in time. I guess if you anticipate that, you could have made it, but he's anticipating him coming up with that ball clean and didn't want to risk it.
Danny Valencia. Valencia, a couple of home runs on the year. It's inside. Discussed last night how successful he has been through the years against Rays pitching. He managed to hold him at bay last night, 0 for 4. One and one. .467 in the last 13 games of his career against the Rays. 6 home runs. One and two.
That's about time for those numbers to come back to earth, because that's out of this world with a pretty good sample size, 45 at-bats. You keep throwing him pitches like that slider Archer just delivered to him. And
up a bit, and he fouls it back.
you know, those are the pitches that if you're going to capitalize against Chris Archer, you've got to be able to do something with these. And that's a hanging slider at the belt in the middle of the plate. You know, you remember that start that he had against the Phillies, and those were the pitches that that lineup did not miss.
Yep, that's right. Yep.
But if he's going to get away with those, you're going to have a long night as a hitter.
Ground ball, shortstop. Echeverria 1 to Wendell. Cron 2, 6-4-3 on the double play. And the Orioles are finished in the second. We're going to go to the third. With the Rays up, it's a 4-0 ball game. Rays in Baltimore tonight. Carlos Gomez will open the third against the right-hander Dylan Bundy. This pitch is down. Gomez retired in the first. Fly ball headed for the stands and left. Hot shot. This one off the glove of Valencia. That's going to be a base hit. Gomez with a leadoff single.
Leadoff runner aboard once again, and Gomez got a curveball, hit it hard enough, and Valencia pulled in there right at the cut. A do or die play just ends up deflecting it. That's a tough play on a hard hit ball.
Brad Miller. Strike on the outside corner. Miller with a career home run off Bundy. Came in 2 for 8 against him. Down and in, 1-1. Third straight inning, the Rays have the leadoff hitter aboard. Gomez at first. Foul the other way. How play it goes. C.J. Cron and the Rays backup catcher there, talking a little long ball there. Sucre and the Rays DH and first baseman. Tonight he's the first baseman, Cron, with Miller DHing. Talking launch angle.
That's exactly what they're talking about. They've gotten back into it here recently.
Runner goes and a ground ball is going to slip through the right side. Gomez will go to third. It's first and third with nobody out. Boy, everything Gomez does is up tempo. Whether he's swinging the bat, more often than not hits the ball hard. He runs hard. He's aggressive.
He said, "I've got one gear.
Yep.
That is it, and I'm going to go hard the entire time that I'm on a baseball field. I only know one way to play." And right now, that Rays offense, we've talked about stringing together hits, at bats, building an inning, everything right now falling into place for them.
You know, they start a runner, and the hitter, more times than not, is making contact. So a lot of things falling into place for this lineup. Robertson takes this one too high.
They're getting to Boston at just the right time because they've got a little payback for that pitching staff, what they did to them earlier in the season.
Ground ball through the left side. That's a base hit, scoring Gomez. The Rays pick up their 5th run. Robertson driving in this one. Gomez scores from third, Miller to second. And the Rays with 3 straight hits in the third. Bundy's going to get a visit from the pitching coach.
That looked like a changeup that just stayed out over the plate. And Daniel Robertson, as hot as anybody in this lineup, rips it right into the hole. You can almost see this game coming. As hot as this Rays lineup is, and certainly you had a hot pitcher on the mound, but at the same time, you're like, he is due. I mean, he has been dealing each and every time he's gone out there. Can he keep it up? I think the answer unequivocally at this point is no.
The Rays have gotten to him for 5 runs, 2 home runs, 6 hits.
And that bullpen already stirring, and Buck Showalter getting some action.
Joey Wendell, who opened the 2nd inning with a double, is the hitter. Mike Wright is up in the bullpen. First pitch in for a strike. Two. Wendell got down 2 strikes and then doubled the left center field in the 2nd inning to lead off that frame. Fouls. Breaking pitch. The Rays have cashed in, putting the leadoff man on base in each of the first 3 innings to build a 5-0 lead. 2 on, nobody out now in the 3rd. Fastball down.
Boy, not a bad miss at all, right down there at the bottom of the zone. And the close pitches by Bundy here tonight have not gone his way, on top of everything else.
The breaking ball is fouled. The 25-year-old right-hander Dylan Bundy, 13-9 a year ago in 28 starts. And just a piece of that one, another breaking ball. 1-2. Bundy, a first-round pick from the 2011 draft, 4th overall in that pick. Ground ball down to 3rd. To Peterson 1, first base 2. 5-4-3. Miller goes to 3rd. And Wendell hits into the double play.
We will see Kevin Cash immediately. Any of those close plays down there, you know that they're going to take a look at it. But as it stands right now, boy, I thought that play took just a little bit too long, and Wendell had a chance to get down there. Deliberate throw there by Valencia. And
well,
we're going to look.
Kevin Cash wants him to take a look at it. And he's going to win this one.
Yeah, by plenty.
So they'll get the force at 2nd, but Wendell hustling down there beat that play in.
You know, and how big is that hustle? You know, instead of, okay, runner at 3rd, 2 outs, now you've got 1st and 3rd, 1 out.
Yep.
Chances of you getting that run home from 3rd go up dramatically.
And boy, I'll tell you, that's what you love to see, and we're starting to see that all the time with this team. That kind of hustle. Take a look again. Foot is on the bag, and the ball on its way to the glove.
Quick, yes. I mean, immediate. How fast can I get speed.
So Wendell, who doubled and scored in the second, hustles his way into a fielder's choice, putting men at first and third with one out for Wilson Ramos. Back in at first. Towards the stands. That's going to slice out of play. Ramos homered in the second inning, his second home run of the year. This one out to left.
Another return of the long ball for this lineup. That's now 9 in their last 5 games, and they still got a few more cracks at adding to that total.
Blocked by Caleb Joseph. 1-1. One out. So the pitch count on Bundy, 55 right now. Alex Smith on deck. Ramos trying to add to the Rays' lead. Back in, standing, it's Wendell. Ground ball, that's going to go through the left side. Miller crosses the plate. Another run batted in for Ramos, his third of the night, and it's 6-0. Ramos 2 for 2. Wendell stops at second with Miller crossing the plate.
I mean, if the ball's not leaving the yard, it's finding a hole. Everything that this offense has hit, giving Baltimore trouble. They just continue to add on the scoreboard. There's that 6th run.
6 runs on 7 hits, 1 out, first and second.
How about this, Dwayne? Coming into play here tonight in those last 4 games, the Rays had been at the plate, had ups 36 times. They'd scored multiple runs in an inning, 10 of the 36. Pretty impressive. Well, now you're 3 for 3 already tonight.
Yep.
So that's 13 of the last 39. That's pretty impressive.
Into the dirt. Runners are going to try to advance, and the throw to third out there. Wendell called out on the recovery by Joseph, and the throw down to Valencia.
Let's see.
And let's see what the Rays do about this play involving Wendell.
Well, gets away from Joseph. How about the spin throw? That's awfully close. I don't know if it's worth the challenge. Take a look at this angle. Yeah, maybe it is. Man, that is right there.
Yeah, the issue is it has to be clear and convincing.
Yeah, I don't think the Rays are convinced at all.
So Wendell cut down trying to go to third. You know, and I think that's where that would have ended. It probably would have been a stand.
No question.
So Ramos moves up to second. Pitch down to Smith. It's now 2-1. cut 2-2. Rays have built a 6-run lead. Adeiny Echeverria is on deck. Punched the other way. Alex was hit by a pitch. His first time up, advanced to third, was left there. Now with 2 outs. He takes the pitch down and the count is full. Right up in the bullpen again.
Buck just trying to get Dylan Bundy through this inning.
Little tapper, left side, tough play. Safe at first. Ramos will go to third. And with the speed of Mallex Smith, the Rays will continue this inning.
I mean, everything they touch turns to gold. I mean, you get a little slap here to the other side, but you force Machado to have to charge hard to his right. And Mallex Smith able to count those steps at the end and get to the front edge. That's what speed will do for you.
Another hit for the Rays. The inning continues. Adeiny Echeverria will bat, so the Rays will have sent at least 18 at bats here through the first 3. That hits Ramos in foul territory. He says, "Hey, wait a minute." He's hit it fair and not at me. Look at this. Uh-oh. Yeah, he didn't have much reaction time. Not much time at all. Ooh.
No. You're going to have a front row seat for that one tonight, Dwayne.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting exchange.
Oh, it's going to happen too.
He's out front, pops it up. Machado in front of second base makes the catch. So the Rays come up with a couple more. We're through 2.5. It's 6-0 Rays. Fox Sports Sun brought to you by WB Mason. Who but WB Mason, the official office supply company of the Tampa Bay Rays. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. What a beautiful evening in Baltimore. We head into the bottom of the third with the Rays holding a 6-0 lead. Anthony Santander will lead off. Vincent Ramos none the worse for wear after being hit by that line drive off the bat of Danny Echeverria. 1-0 the count to Santander. It's 1-1. Caleb Joseph will hit second in the inning and then back around to the top of the order. And Trey Mancini. 1-2.
Well, definitely a nice lead here for Chris Archer to work with, but the key for him is just to continue to make pitches. Stick to the game plan. Don't pitch to the score, pitch to the lineup.
Echeverria up and out, the throw high, but Crone managed to get the out on the receiving end, and Santander is out number one.
Boy, he
still doesn't believe it.
No, and he saved Echeverria an error here. That throw a little bit wide, but you can see get the point of the toe down, and he's not mad, or he's not happy with the throw. Very glad that Crone was able to get back to the bag. He's got that airless streak going.
Santander finally convinced that he was in fact out. Yeah, Echeverria has not committed an error since last July 30th. Caleb Joseph, strike one.
I think he's a little shook up from that line drive off Ramos.
Affecting his game.
Well, he knows what's coming.
Yes.
Ramos is a big boy.
Oh, what a hopper. He knocks it down, picks it up, time, and the throw is not going to be in time. Caleb Joseph, the catcher, going down the line. That ball handcuffed Echeverria.
Yeah, that ball was shot out of a cannon. A hard hit line drive one hopper that Echeverria, all he could do was just knock it down. And that ball gets up off the palm. Good hustle.
So that's going to be a hit for Caleb Joseph. And the streak for Echeverria continues. There it is. For part of last year and into this year. Want to know the count on Mancini. Center field, long run from Alex Smith, and it's going to be over the head of Gomez, who will pick it up in right center. Joseph heads to the plate. The throw there will not be in time, and on the throw, Mancini goes all the way to third. Baltimore on the board to make it 6-1.
Well, Mancini really put a charge into that right there, a slider that stayed right out over the heart of the plate. They've not been able to take advantage of that up to this point, but Mancini gets into it in a big way out to deep right center field. Caleb Joseph showing good speed, especially in that catcher's position.
I'm telling you, for a catcher, he was moving. And on that throw, Mancini goes to third, so he picks up a double. The run batted in, third on the throw. Now Peterson. The pitch is too high to him. Archer touched for the run. Now he's behind Peterson. He got ahead of Peterson in the first inning, 0-2, and Peterson turned it into a 10-pitch at bat before he was finally called out on strikes. 2-1. It's 3-1. Well, Peterson is a big hitter here because Machado is next. Machado, the Orioles shortstop, on deck. And Archer gives up the walk. So 3 straight hitters reach against Archer in the third. First and third with a run home, 1 out. And here's Machado.
Yeah, I was going to say, now you're getting into the dangerous part of this lineup. You've been gifted a 6-run lead coming into this inning, and you need to get back to making some pitches and limit this damage. Ground ball here would be nice.
Now the Rays got a double play ball out of Valencia in the second. Now Machado singled into right in the first. The Rays will have Wendell shaded toward the middle from his second base position. Pitch is down. So that right side of the infield wide open with this first and third.
That's where he went in his first at bat. He took advantage and hit a hard hit ball into right field through that hole.
Kyle Snyder asking for time. The Rays pitching coach will go to the mound and try to turn this Archer trend around.
There have been some uncharacteristic misses. The walk after the double to Mancini, that pitch was a hanger out over the plate. So Kyle Snyder out there to just kind of calm things down, give Archer a quick blow and try to get him back on track.
Archer 14 pitches into the third. Ground ball, gonna go through, base hit into left. That will score Mancini. Peterson stops at second. And it's 6-2, so the Orioles putting up a battle.
Well, he got the ground ball, didn't get it into the right spot. All those Rays pulled around to the left side. Machado still hits that ball sharply enough to get it into left field, reaches down, pops it through the hole.
Adam Jones. He's popped out to shortstop in the first inning. Jones came into this game 10 for 40 in his career with a home run off Archer. This gets the count running in his favor with that first pitch strike. Step back and a step out. Peterson drew the walk. Big cut and a miss. Fastball, strike 2. And a cut and a miss. Big strikeout. And that's exactly what Archer needed there for the second out.
Extremely aggressive hitter that you know will expand the zone. So go below with the slider. No chance on that pitch.
Two outs with men at first and second. A couple runs home. Now it's Chris Davis. And a big uppercut and a swing and a miss. Davis pulling off the pitch. At bats for Davis against Archer. Archer struck him out 16 of the 29 at bats. Misses with a fastball in the mid-90s there. It's 1-1. But Davis does have the 3 home runs against Archer. 2 home runs overall this year. And a cut and a miss to a fastball right by him. 1-2.
That's where you want to go. You can go out over the plate with Chris Davis with the hard stuff, but it better be up around the letters. He sees that pitch, the eyes get big, the bat has a hard time getting there.
A little tapper, foul ball. Two upstairs. Hard stuff up out of the zone. 2-2. And he misses high. Count is full now with 2 outs. Machado first, Peterson second will be off with the pitch. And now with third base open, a race to the bag as Archer tries to get Peterson. And Peterson moves up to third with that shift on.
How about this? He senses it. Sees the movement off of third, and then it's just a race.
Peterson beat Archer to the bag head first.
This game's had a little bit of everything.
Yes, it has.
Still in the 3rd inning. Got a long way to go. Buckle up.
Spending some time with Archer, who took a tumble going into third. We'll take another look as you see Archer stretching and adjusting the cap, and Peterson takes off.
Unoccupied base.
And a cut and a miss. Davis out on strikes. So we're at the end of 3. And the Rays continue to hold this lead at 6-2. And Buck Showalter has seen enough. A couple runs, leaving 2 men on. Bernard Span ready to lead off the 4th. And an opening curveball taken for a strike. What that bottom of the 3rd tells you is that you can't score enough runs here. Rays had a 6-run lead. Now it's 4, 6-2, and they want to go back to work. Up the other way for Span, and Mancini's near the line and makes the catch.
Well, and even though this lineup for the Orioles has been relatively dormant all season long, they still have some guys that, if they run into some, they can start popping balls out of this yard pretty quickly.
Well, I mean, you look at Mancini. Peterson has had a couple of pesky at-bats. Then Machado and Jones. Alvarez has given Archer trouble throughout his career. If you make a mistake, Chris Davis will make you pay. C.J. Cron up here. 1-0 the count.
Well, how about the struggles of Chris Davis? You mentioned him.
2 more strikeouts tonight.
Yeah,
and he's on a 7-year deal. This is the 3rd year of a 7-year deal.
That's becoming worse by the day.
There's a shot driven off the bat of Cron into right, but not yet to the track. Santander is there.
Because here's the thing. First of all, if you think about trying to move that contract, you're going to have to eat it. So forget about moving it. And then you say to yourself, is Chris Davis at the point in his career that he is who he is? How much can he change the type of hitter that he is?
Well, it's not likely.
You know, and he's susceptible to the off speed. He's susceptible to heaters up in the zone. If you execute, there are a lot of holes that you can exploit. And thus far, the last couple of seasons, he has not been able to shrink. That's what you want to do. You're never going to completely close your holes, but you can shrink them. And you haven't seen him have the ability to do that.
It's fouled right back, that pitch up to Gomez. It's a 2-strike count. And Davis, who in his career has had a couple of 200-plus strikeout seasons, struck out 195 times last year, hitting .215. You know, in those 200 strikeout seasons, he had 47 and 38 home runs. That's one thing.
Right.
But you approach that and you struggle otherwise, then there's concern. Gomez strikes out. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Bundy. 6-2 Rays. Sports Sun is brought to you by your Southern Chevy dealers. and by your local Ford dealers. Well, it's a 6-2 ball game. Bruce Archer, who limped his way off the mound into the dugout and up the runway, back out there here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And he'll face Pedro Alvarez, the DH. Alvarez, Valencia, and Santander. Well, the Rays need a nice clean inning from Archer to not give the Orioles any ideas that they can mount a comeback here. There's strike 1 by Alvarez. And as mentioned at the outset, Alvarez has proven to be a challenge for Archer in their head-to-head matchups. 1-1. Alvarez now 7 of 18 with a couple homers and 3 doubles off Archer. Two and one. That's a strike. Squares the count. Rays have won 5 in a row. This matches the longest winning streak they've had under Kevin Cash. Strike 3 call. Archer picks up the strikeout, getting Alvarez looking. It's so important to get the first out of an inning here. It's the 6th strikeout for Archer.
Set the tone. And right there it is. That's middle down, right at the bottom of that strike zone. Pedro Alvarez asking Mike Everett where it was, but certainly that's a good pitch. Just a tough pitch to be able to do anything with.
You know, you saw the mitt drop, but the plate umpire is not necessarily looking at that mitt so much as anticipating where that ball was in flight across the plate. That's their area of concentration. 1 strike to count on Valencia. One and one. Fly ball into right. Gomez is there. 2 gone. You know, sometimes you'll get an umpire, if there's a pitch maybe up and the catcher tries to bring it down or out and he sees that mid come in, tougher for him to call that a strike, because when he sees that mid moving like that, if it's not just right out there, you talk about framing, but if he sees that mid moving, he thinks something's up. Now, a pitch like we saw where the pitch was a strike with the mid receiving a move down, that's a different story. High pop off the bat of Santander, going to be out of the reach of Robertson. Strike 1.
Any movement that's generated by the catcher, he's got to be subtle. And those pitches like that, if you're Wilson Ramos, you're trying to get your thumb underneath it so it doesn't pull it down as much. If you go down and try to catch the top third of that baseball, guess what? That's going to bottom out, and you run the risk at that point.
Yes, you do.
Of an umpire that pays more attention to the glove than he should. And that's why you see him trying to get that thumb underneath, but Everett was locked in on that pitch, and he was right. That was a strike.
Hopper into short left, Span on the run, can't get there. Makes the pickup on 1 hop, and Santander is aboard. That's why the catchers who are so good at framing, and you've talked about this numerous times, they don't move the mitt, but they catch the mitt in the far end of the webbing of the mitt. Now, these mitts are a little different than the old ones. You know, these are in a way almost a little like a first baseman's mitt. And if they receive it in that webbing and hold it out there, they don't move the mitt. They just keep it out there. And so the umpire then is in a position where he might give you that call.
think about the way they manipulate that glove. Okay, so you know, a pitch that's on the corner. Let me keep the meaty part of my hand on the plate and just snag it in the weapon.
Yep.
If a pitch is up and it's, you know what I mean, it has a breaking ball that stays up, they'll try to catch that ball as close to them as they can to let that ball come as far as they can. If a ball, you know, slider working its way out of the zone early, they'll go out and try to get it before it really gets, you know, to the very end of its break. And it's an art. It's an art that you can watch these guys on a daily basis. Maybe not a daily basis, but
yeah,
often enough working on it.
And really what the catcher wants to do is stick the landing of the pitch.
Oh.
He doesn't want to move the mitt. He wants to stick the landing of the pitch.
Yep. Manipulate the hand, manipulate the glove, and have a wrist that is so strong and a forearm that's so strong that it doesn't get moved by pitches moving at a really good velocity.
Yep. Yeah, these catchers have to be so strong.
It's different. It's just different now. There's such an emphasis that's been put on it. And it seemed like, you know, a few teams got out in front of the curve, and now everybody else is kind of caught up, teaching their catchers well all along the way. It's so valuable.
0-2 to the Baltimore catcher, Caleb Joseph. Pitch blocked. Now 1-2. 2 outs. Santander is the runner at first. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Lifted into right. That'll carry to Gomez, who's there to make the catch. No runs, 1 hit, and a man left. We go to the 5th. 6-2 Rays. Moment on this day in 2012, Brandon Allen belting a pinch hit walk-off home run in his first official at bat with the Rays, the 4th pinch hit walk-off home run in franchise history. Brandon Allen walks it off against the Angels. First pitch here to Miller, and he's going to hit this one over the head of Santander. Extra bases coming for Miller, who pulls up at second with a double. He is 2 for 3 tonight. The Rays have a scoring threat. 1 pitch into the 5th.
Now this Rays lineup realizes that Bundy has not been sharp. So while you're patient, you're also ready to hit. And if he's going to miss out over the plate, be ready to turn it loose. And Miller right there drives this ball. Santana, initially, I think he thought he had a shot at it, but just too well hit.
Well, there's Daniel Robertson. What the Rays would love to do is score right here and not give the Orioles any idea that they might be able to mount any kind of comeback charge. Strike one on Robertson. He picked up a couple runs in the third, and the Rays went out 1, 2, 3 in the fourth, but a scoreless bottom of the fourth for Archer and the Rays against Baltimore, and now a threat here in the fifth for the Rays. A couple pretty good pitches here, and it's 0-2.
Well, he needs a strikeout. You get that runner on second, nobody out. Rays, the way that they've been able to move base runners.
Foul to the stands. Ricochet action on that one, and back down into the lower reaches of the left field stands.
Daniel Robertson swinging the bat as well as anybody in this lineup.
Takes a close pitch for a ball, and he has done that all year. He's taken some very close pitches.
Yeah, his strike zone discipline's been very good. I will say that Mike Everett does not like Dylan Bundy at all. I mean, he hasn't gotten a close pitch yet.
And a cut and a miss. Well, Bundy made a nice pitch there, 1-2, to get the strikeout he needed.
But going back to what you were saying, and there you see Daniel Robertson chase here this slider, but that's been a great pitch for Dylan Bundy here in 2018. Already shaking his head, realizing that he had gone outside of the strike zone. He hasn't done that very often, and that's what's allowed him to hit for such a high average, good on base. There's another guy doing the same thing. Look at that on base at 403.
Joey Wendell. Ground ball just outside first, a foul ball.
I'll tell you, it's been a lot more fun to watch this lineup.
Yes.
You know, the home runs have been nice. The home runs were nice a season ago, but it was also boring.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of nothing happening, and now the Rays put a lot of pressure on the defense. And I think you do that, you'll see it crack a little bit.
Liner into center. That's going to fall for a base hit. And it gets by Jones. Miller's going to score. It was a big question as to whether he could advance beyond third until that ball skipped. And the Rays do pick up another run. And it's 7-2.
Well, imagine that. Joey Wendell again using the middle of the field on a ball middle away. And here's some of that pressure on the D. Adam Jones got to get over to that ball, and the backhand a little bit low, kicks it away.
So it's a single, a run batted in, and an error on the kick out there. An error on Jones, his first of the year. Wilson Ramos, Wendell in scoring position on the move up. High popper, shallow center for Jones, who makes the catch. Well, the Rays are in double figures in hits now. Right up for the third time. Well, that used to be about the limit. If you're going to get a guy up the third time, you better get him in.
Yeah, and if Dylan Bundy's able to retire Malik Smith and get out of this inning, you'll probably see Wright start the sixth. If not, this may be his last hitter. Maybe you give Echeverria, but it has been a slog here for Dylan Bundy tonight.
Liner into center. There's a base hit. Here comes Wendell. He's going to score. The throw cut off, and the Rays tack on another run to again lead by 6. It's an 8-2 ball game, and Malik Smith drives in the run, and here comes Buck Showalter. Well, the Rays have scored 8 or more runs now in 5 consecutive games, and with this one they will have knocked Dylan Bundy out of this game. Call to the bullpen, brought to you by the Florida Lottery. 8-2 here in the top of the 5th inning. Good to have options. That's why the Florida Lottery has over 70 unique scratch-off games. So add a little play to your day with these new games. The Florida Lottery, it's your ticket. Claim it. Must be 18 or older to play. Play responsibly. Mike Wright Jr. will be the new pitcher. Bundy 4 2/3. And Wright on to face Echeverria. Echeverria looking for his first hit tonight. The pitch is low and outside. Every spot in the order has reached base for the Rays tonight, except Echeverria, and we're in the 5th.
I mean, it's been team-wide. It has been team-wide. Guys stepping up all at the right time. Great approach. I love, earlier when Michelle was talking to Chad, and he said, look, we've finally been able to get some regular work in on a consistent basis. Guys are buying into the system, so to speak. Playing some small ball, laying down bunts, working at bats. Numbers don't lie. At least last week they don't lie.
They've been pretty good numbers for the Rays, I'll tell you. It's been a balanced attack and fun to watch.
It resembles baseball.
It does indeed, in the classic sense. Echeverria lofts it down the right side. Santander's going to chase it, but to no avail. So Bundy worked 4 2/3, allowing 11 hits, 8 runs, responsible for a man on. Echeverria trying to reach base for the first time tonight. There goes the runner, and the pitch is a ball, skips away from Joseph. That's going to be a stolen base for Malik Smith as the count advances to 2-2 on Echeverria. Steal number 5 on the year for Smith. Two, cut and a miss. Echeverria out on strikes. So the Rays add 2, they leave 1, and they now hold an 8-2 lead.
Of the fifth inning here in Baltimore. Well, a quick update for you, some injury updates. Nathan Eovaldi and Matt Duffy rehabbing from their injuries. Matt Duffy expected to play 7 innings at third base for the Charlotte Stone Crabs today, and if all goes well, we can expect to see him back with a big club this weekend in Boston. And Nathan Eovaldi, who's coming back from another surgery due to bone spurs, threw a 37-pitch bullpen already and is on track to be back in late May.
First pitch here in the bottom of the fifth inning, singled into right by Mancini, picking up his second hit, and he is 2 for 3. Duffy on the verge of coming back, and the news continues to be good on the progress of Eovaldi. Tonight, all the scoring done in pairs. The Rays 2 runs in the first, second, third, and fifth innings. Baltimore 2 in the third, and here's Jace Peterson. The number 2 spot for Buck Showalter. At the end of the bat, foul. Archer's given up 7 hits tonight, couple of runs. For Dylan Bundy, 8 runs on 11 hits through 4 2/3 before his departure. Gave up a couple of home runs early, 1 to Crone and 1 to Ramos. Strike the count on Peterson. Low. 1-1. Span will be there to catch it. First out in the fifth. That'll be pitcher against Manny Machado, who is 2 for 2 tonight. Gives him 14 out of 45 in his career against Archer. Just a hit short of a .333 average. And you can see there hitting .358 this year. Started the day 5th in the league in hitting. Upstairs 1-0. See, this is why the Rays needed a couple runs in the fifth. You know, it was a 4-run game. This guy comes up with a man on base. It could be a 2-run game. Well, right now the Rays have that 6-run cushion again. 1-1 to count. Fastball in there. Balls and a strike. Pitch count at 80 for Archer. One on, one out in the fifth. With 2 up front, reaching right there. Balls, 2 strikes. Archer's pitch count high this year is 102. That came in his win over the White Sox in Chicago when he pitched 5 2/3. 1 out into the fifth right now. And a trick swing. So the count is full on Machado.
Making him aware of the fastball in early, going to the sliders late, absolutely held up there. Trying to get Manny Machado out of the zone, something he's not done a whole lot of here this season. We also have a desperate hitter up there, his team down by 6.
A pop up right side. C.J. Crow just back of the bag at first. 2 gone. Well, a big out on that high pop up from Machado. That'll be Adam Jones. Jones has popped out and struck out tonight. Up into the stands.
A nice grab right there.
Yeah, she knows how to use that glove.
Yes, she does.
Into the dirt, and it's blocked there by Ramos. And Mancini's at first. He opened with a base hit. He's 2 for 3 tonight. Upstairs, 2-1. Square it, 2-2. Back into deep left center field. That ball has some carry and is gonna go. Home run for Adam Jones. And again, it's a 4-run ball game. That's exactly what we were talking about with the Rays offense. How important it is to add on. And Jones has just uncorked a 2-run home run off Archer to make it 8-4.
Yeah, enough guys with track records to scare you. Fastball right up above the belt. And he's able to get to it, get it over the wall out there in left center field. Boy, he was quick to the baseball there. Tightened up the swing a little bit. Not as long as you normally see it, and that meant everything.
That's a strike at the knees. 0-2. Cut, a little foul ball back. Davis twice tonight has struck out. And Archer has him down 0-2 right now. It's a ball, 2-strike count. Count a little over 90 now. Round ball that Archer kicks with his foot. That ball caroms onto the infield. That's going to go to base hit for Chris Davis.
He went back to the changeup. And he had some success against Chris Davis earlier in the game. This one stayed up just enough that he was able to rifle it. Looked like it was right off the right foot of Archer, right lower leg. It was. He actually threw his leg out there to try to knock it down.
Have it on the outside of the right foot. Davis has a hit. Now it's Alvarez. Wide right there, 1-0. And Alvarez has been an issue in the past for Archer. 1 for 2 off him tonight. Pulls off that one. And it's 1-1. Archer in the mid-90s in pitch count. Really in a situation where he's trying to get through the 5th. Now 8-4. Foul ball will move the count in Archer's favor, 1-2. High pitch count here in the 5th. Leadoff single by Mancini and the 2-out, 2-run home run by Jones. Davis with a base hit. And that's a ball low to Alvarez. 2-2. It's never easy.
Well, they've made Chris Archer work here tonight. That pitch count approaching 100 here just in the 5th inning.
And now Archer, who was ahead of Alvarez, has a full count on him.
The last thing that Kevin Cash wants to see in a ball game where his offense has scored multiple runs in 4 of the first 5 innings and starting to feel a little bit closer than it should.
Three-two, and a cut and a miss. He got him out in front to strike him out. 2-run score through 5, 8-4 Rays. The Rays got a 2-run home run from C.J. Cron in the 1st inning, and another one from Wilson Ramos in the 2nd. They got off to a 4-0 lead, added 2 more in the 3rd. Baltimore scored 2 in the 3rd. The Rays 2 more in the 5th, and then Adam Jones with a 2-run home run in the bottom of the 5th to again make it a 4-run ball game. All the scoring done in pairs insofar as the innings are concerned. And the Rays have the top of the order to lead off the 6th. Span takes that first one for a strike. Denard Span, then C.J. Cron, and Carlos Gomez against Mike Wright Jr. And a long one pulled well foul. Good distance on it, but spanned well out in front. The climb for the souvenir is on.
And that was well done and well executed by Green Shirt.
We did have one little fan who was in motion wide to the left, though, and ran completely out of the shot.
Signals screwed up a little bit.
Foul ball. Yeah, everybody started to move down, and he was cutting across to the left, and he was out of there.
Maybe he's not supposed to be here.
Somewhere the voice of experience is rearing its memory. There's a liner to third, caught by Valencia.
Whenever you feel like that camera may show up,
get out. Low key.
Get out.
Hey kids, May 5th, the Rays will be hosting a youth baseball clinic. That's part of Play Ball Weekend. This clinic features youth baseball and softball games. Entertainers and kids 14 and under will receive free Play Ball Weekend bags. For more information, visit raysbaseball.com/playball. That came along just in the nick of time, and the pitch is outside to C.J. Crone. 1 ball and no strikes.
They often do, and that's our crack staff.
It is indeed. Looking out for the welfare of all of us. 2-0. Crone 1 for 3. The 2-run home run in the first. He's lined to left, hit a fly ball to right. Gomez will be next. Well, from the Rays' perspective, just keep on keeping on and add on. Big cut and a miss by Crone. And he missed the fastball, is out on strikes.
You know, we have been talking a lot about C.J. Crone down in the zone, how effective he's been. We've not seen too many teams be able to go up there and do this to him. We could try to climb the ladder because we know that fastball middle to middle down, what he's been able to do with that here in the last week. Really going back to even into last season.
1-0 to Carlos Gomez. The pitch wide. Hits the zone again with that fastball. 28-year-old right-hander out of East Carolina University. Nubber up the first base line, rolling foul. Rays scored 2 runs in each of the first 3 innings. Got 2 more in the 5th. And they have 8 runs, 11 hits. 4 runs, 9 hits for the Orioles. Got up and in a bit as Gomez started his stride in toward the pitch.
Yeah, you get a hitter diving and a pitcher going middle in, and that ball just ran right up there, and the two almost met.
Right back into the screen. Hanging in there against the fastball at 94. And a cut and a miss. And had plenty of break on it over the top and out. Bottom of the 6th. Coming up, 8-4 Rays. And we're on our way into the bottom of the 6th inning. 1 strike to count on Danny Valencia. After this one, it fouls it back. So with a couple pitches in, Archer's over 100 pitches, and the Rays bullpen is busy. Rowe is the righty, Venters is the lefty. Valencia, Santander, and Joseph due up. Just a little tap to keep this bat alive for Valencia. Archer way ahead in the count, trying to keep the leadoff man off. 1-2. Gibbons up in the bullpen for Baltimore. It's not an easy at bat. Ground ball headed toward the middle. Base hit into center for Valencia. So Valencia reaches to open the bottom of the 6th inning.
Now find a hole. The Rays did a lot of this early on in the game. That slider stayed up. That's why Danny Valencia had a chance at it. Down and away. That's a soft rollover to Echeverria. Up and away. He finds the middle of the field.
Santander. Archer now 104 pitches. It's 105. This for Archer is a season's high. And out in front, Santander. It's 1-1. Ball game in the bottom of the 6th. The Rays lead by 4, but the Orioles are not going away. A foul ball out of play, 1-2. Baltimore with runners on base in every inning tonight.
Well, nothing has been easy for Chris Archer. They've made him work. They've started to take advantage of some mistakes that he's made. And it makes you nervous in this ballpark.
Yes, it does. Ground ball outside of first, foul. Let's pick up there.
And with nothing to hide, stayed right in there on that camera shot.
Right. It's too low. 2-2. Caleb Joseph is on deck. Ground ball, that's going to go through the right side. Valencia stops at second. Archer has given up back-to-back singles to open the bottom of the 6th inning.
Yeah, it's at the bottom of the order, too. Talking about 7 and 8. You get Caleb Joseph up here. Yeah, that's another slider that stayed up enough. A lot of very animated tonight, Chris Archer. Just can't seem to put this team away.
Well, 2 men on with nobody out. Caleb Joseph, the catcher. The strike to start him. 96. (111 pitches). Joseph singled, scored a run in the 3rd. We'd love to get a ground ball to somebody here. It's low and outside, 1-1. Foul out of play. 2. Joseph got credit for a base hit on a ground ball towards short in the 3rd. Wide to right in the 4th inning. Now Archer's ahead of him, 1-2. Take that ground ball to short right now.
Yes, they would. You got to make a pitch. This is where you think one pitch, one spot, everything you've got left, because obviously the pitch count's high.
Upstairs. 2-2 with the hard stuff.
Well, now you can come with that slider, and you got to think to yourself, this is a big pitch for me. Make sure you stay on top of it. Get over the top of that pitch, drive it down, and Caleb Joseph, you're either going to get him on a strikeout or he's going to beat a ball into the ground for you.
2-2 the count. And he skies it, shallow center. Smith coming in. Now here's Gomez to make the catch. In front of Alex Smith coming on from right. And they get the first out. One out with 2 men on. Top of the order due up. Mancini. Trey Mancini's due. Kevin Cash will come out to make a pitching change. 5 1/3 enough for Archer. Two men on base, so he works 5 1/3. Made 115 pitches. Responsible for the 2 on. Charged so far 4 runs, 11 hits with a walk and 7 strikeouts.
Yeah, that's that Baltimore lineup that really has laid pretty dormant. Worst batting average in Major League Baseball, on base percentage right down the line. But they made Chris Archer work tonight. They got to him for those 11 hits. And they've certainly made this game uncomfortable for the Rays.
And it will be Chaz Rowe on for the 12th time, facing Trey Mancini. Mancini had a very good rookie season last year, off to a good start this year. Cut the miss. Well, you're not going to get anything straight from Rowe if he can help it at all. I'm not even sure he could throw something straight if he wanted to.
Look at that slider. I mean, that thing is so sharp late, so hard to stay on. You just got to hope that he gets underneath one and hangs it. Because if he executes, no chance.
Ground ball. Third base, Roberts into second. One, first base, they get the double play. Chaz Rowe does the job on the 5-4-3 double play out of Mancini. No runs, 2 hits, 1 left. We're through 6, and the Rays lead by 4.
On the mound for Baltimore is Michael Givens, who is a Tampa Bay native. He went to Plant High School, and he just founded a brand new organization appropriately called the Givens Back Foundation, and it helps fund youth baseball in underprivileged neighborhoods in the Tampa Bay area. And he said he wants to help kids who grew up the way he did. And he's actually talked with fellow Tampa Bay native Denard Span about helping him this upcoming offseason. So a couple of Tampa natives coming together for a good cause in the community.
And Michael Givens converting into the bullpen, and boy, what a move he has made. He has been very, very good out of that bullpen. And Denard Span has given the Rays added dimension on their ball club and in this lineup. Brad Miller now facing Givens. Miller with a single and a double, a couple of runs scored up in the count against Givens. 2-1.
Well, really good stuff. A strong arm, a little bit of deception on the delivery. It gives you that little half turn towards second base, and then comes at you with a mid-90s heater.
Fastball at 95 right there. Givens strikes out Miller.
Boy, pulled the string. 94, 95. Oops, here comes the changeup. Now, he did slow his body up just a little bit, and if that's a pitch he continues to go with, hitters may have a chance. But right there, just kind of lofts that ball in there and gets Brad Miller on the change of speed.
Daniel Robertson. Strike. Boy, with that turn of his, shows you his number on his back, and then he drops down the way he does. So it's not the usual delivery these hitters are seeing from Givens.
He's trying to make it as hard on you as possible to pick up his release point consistently. And the fact that he's coming out of the bullpen and more than likely only going to face you one time anyway, well, that adds to the degree of difficulty.
There's a base hit out of the reach of Peterson. And Robertson is on for the second time. He's 2 for 4. Yeah, interesting thing about Givens, if you look at his numbers from a year ago, you think he would be just murder against right-handed pitching, maybe not so against lefty. Well, he was very effective against right-handed, but he held left-handed hitters to a 184 average. And when you go to the slugging side, right-handers had a 348 slugging percentage and lefties 327. So he actually fared better against lefties last year than right-handers. You see the breakout for his career. That's not always been the case, but he made big progress a year ago on that lefty-righty breakout.
And there's the reason why. The changeup. The changeup, the fastball moving away. For the most part, he's going to stay away from the left-handed hitter. Try to get them to hit that ball off the end of the bat.
Ground ball down to first. Davis scoops, throws, wide throw, and picked up on one hop there at second by Machado. Boy, that was something other than a routine play down there at second.
Boy, Davis, you know, he's right-handed thrower and fielding this ground ball to the inside. Now tries to create that angle, and he just rips that throw way wide. And what a play by Machado on that skip. Never really stepped into it, tried to get it down there as quick as he could, and he got saved by his shortstop.
Start to contort that body in 2 or 3 different directions at the same time, you get a little concerned about your shortstop. Over to first, Wendell back in. He's there on the fielder's choice, now with 2 outs. Ramos with a homer and a single, 3 runs batted in tonight. 2 for 3 on the night. Over to first and back in is Wendell. you think of this game? And the Rays got off to that quick start. They had scored 8 runs, and until the base hit by Robertson, the Orioles had caught the Rays in the hit column. Each team had 11 hits. Now the Rays have 12.
That's the way this thing started out. It it has stuck to the script. You got a semi shootout here. First 3 innings, there was so much going on.
Wendell off first with his lead, reaching on the fielder's choice. A 1-0 count on Ramos. And again over to first. This time Gibbons lost his footing on the mound. He made that move.
That's really quick feet, or at least trying to make it as quick as you can. Watch this, trying to catch him. A lot of guys going down tonight.
Want to know the count to Ramos. All the scoring has been done in pairs tonight. Rays 2 each in the first, second, third, and fifth innings. The Orioles 2 in the third, 2 in the fifth. Attention over there at first. 3 pitches into Ramos. It's a 2-1 count. Alex Smith on deck. Again, the throw to first.
Trying to get Joey Wendell exhausted. Enough throws over there, you keep diving back in. Maybe you're not as spry when you do go, but they're fully expecting some action over here by the Rays.
Runner goes. The pitch is fouled right back. The Rays did have Wendell moving. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Call and around the knees to retire the side. We're going to go to the bottom of the 7th in an 8-4 ball game. go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Chase Peterson leads off for Baltimore against Chaz Rowe. He got the double play ball and the threat in the 6th. So the left-handed bat of Peterson, then Machado and Jones, two dangerous right-handed bats, will follow. Here's a strike. It's 1-1. Hits in every inning for Baltimore tonight. Around the feet of Peterson, and it got him. He's hit by a pitch. So another base runner here.
Well, the slider just takes off on Chaz. Yanks that ball down and in, and Peterson trying to get out of the way, not able to do so.
3rd straight inning. The Orioles have put the leadoff man on base. And Manny Machado, Alvarado up in the bullpen. Machado takes it for a ball. It's Brock in the bullpen for Baltimore. Now a strike. Machado 1 of 1 in his career against Rowe. Starts to go and checks in time, says Tony Randazzo down at first. 2-1.
Yeah, similar to the check that he had earlier in the game. The bat starts to go strong enough to hold back.
Guy down the right side. That will be out of play. And even the count, 2-2. A souvenir for a young man. Romo has joined Alvarado in the bullpen. And a big strikeout. Machado reaching for the slider.
Yeah, really nothing that you can do about that pitch there by Chaz Rowe. That's as nasty as they come. He kept it down, kept it in the bottom of the zone for a long time, and by the time the swing is committed to, the ball's gone.
1 out after the leadoff man put aboard, hit by a pitch. That's Adam Jones. Using the middle part of this lineup here in the 7th inning. Turns away, takes the pitch inside. Strike 1. Lead 8-4 in the bottom of the 7th inning here in Baltimore. That's a base hit into right center. Peterson's going to go to third. It will be 1st and 3rd with 1 out. Jones takes it the other way. Kevin Cash comes out of the dugout. He has the bullpen busy with Chris Davis, the left-handed bat due up. Call to the bullpen. Brought to you by the Florida Lottery. Brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. And by your local Honda dealer. Small climb starts right here. Oriole Park at Camden Yards for those youngsters. Rays have gone to the bullpen. Chaz Rowe departs in favor of the left-hander Alvarado. Jose Alvarado on for the 13th time.
14 punch-outs, 11 innings, an opponent's average of 179. We know that he can be dominant. One of the best four-seam fastballs in the game. Gets some good movement on that slider. The curveball, too. He's got a couple of different ways to be able to get you out. And you come into this situation, 1st and 3rd, 1 out. A lot of power at the plate, bringing your big guns.
Well, Chaz Rowe entered the game with 2 men on and leaves the game with 2 men on. He threw a double play and got a strikeout for 1 inning of work. And now with 2 men on, 1 out here in the 7th, Chris Davis steps in against Jose Alvarado. This pitch is low. Since 2012, 1,194 strikeouts for Davis. Got a pretty good lead on Justin Upton. Big cut and a miss on a fastball at 97. 1-1.
Up in the zone, up above the zone, perhaps. This is where you're going to try to go with it. That elite velocity clearly beats him on that pitch. See that uppercut swing? That was a great shot of it.
2-1. And that one misses. So just like that, Alvarado is behind Chris Davis, 3-1.
All bundled up there on the right side.
The 3-1. Tap down to first. Out at second. Alvarado back at first. He got there in time, and the Rays complete the double play. Well, it wasn't necessarily pretty, but the Rays get the double play to get out of that spot. Wendell in the middle, and Alvarado got back there and had his foot on the bag. We're through 7, 8-4 Rays. The 8th inning. Here's what's coming up tomorrow on Rays Live, the pregame show presented by your Gulf Coast Honda dealers. Blake Snell will be on the hill. We'll hear from him, and Orestes will break down Mookie Betts as Neil Solondz comes in to join O to host Rays Live tomorrow.
We got some moving parts, do we?
Moving parts, yes, we do.
I like it. Some, you know what? We're taking what Major League Baseball is really starting to value. Apparently we are too. The versatility.
Versatility.
Move people around.
And a day off once in a while.
Yeah, and a day off. Yeah. Like those days off.
A lot
Although
of
people,
days off early.
People need them.
Yep.
People at home need them too.
Brad Brock is going to be pitcher number 4 for Baltimore. Alex Smith leads it off. And the pitch is fouled out of play, so Michael Gibbons worked an inning. Gave up a hit, picked up a couple strikeouts. Stuff by him there, 0-2. You don't always see an early look at the pitch from Brock.
Another guy with a deceptive delivery. We just talked about Michael Gibbons, and we know that Buck Showalter loves to have those bullpens that have a lot of different styles coming out of them.
The check and a hopper, barehanded by Brock, through to first. Oh, what a play to get Malik Smith. Brock backing off the mound on the high chop with a barehanded pickup to deprive Malik Smith of an infield hit.
Didn't think that he had a chance. This ball goes high in the air, and you're like, forget it with Smith's speed. There's a bonefish drill, fresh catch of the game. Bare hand.
Yeah, there was no question on the call at first. They got the speedy Smith by quite a margin as a result of that outstanding play by Brock. To Danny Echeverria. Low and away, 1-0. Echeverria sends this one back into center field. Adam Jones with a lot of room out there. 2 gone. 2 up, 2 down. Well, the bases are empty for the top of the order. Denard Span walked and scored back in the first on the C.J. Cron home run. Strike the count to Span. Roller to the right side. Peterson with a glove toss. We're going to go to the bottom of the 8th. The Rays holding an 8-4 lead. Up 8-4. Watch every out-of-market regular season game live at home, in the office, or on the go with MLB.tv. The pitch fouled straight back by Pedro Alvarado. Alvarado, Valencia, and then Santander. Pitch is down. 1-1. Alvarado faced Chris Davis and got the 3-6-1 double play out of him. Ground ball to the right side, bobble, but Wendell still barely got him. Boy, that was close over there. Very close on the bobble.
Alvarez looking in there to see if he's going to get any help from Buck Showalter. Because you're right, that was a lot closer than you would like. Boy, Wendell's so solid out there at second base. Sticks with it.
Well, they're going to take a look. Ball inside the glove.
I think it stands.
Yeah, but you know, I'm not so sure that it's going to be that definitive to overturn it.
No, if you're Baltimore, you've got to do this. It's getting late, and you're trying to get that leadoff man aboard. But that one shot that we looked at, I don't know how you overturn it. You could maybe call it into question, but I think that whatever was called on the field is going to have to stand, in my very humble opinion. Extremely.
It's like all of your opinions.
Yeah, not really. It's so good that they don't see a lot what we do. Probably for the best.
Now here's another look. Ball in the glove. And he is out. So it stands. I think definitive enough to overturn it. So the Orioles have one out in their half of the 8th, and we're going to have another pitching change here. Ball to the bullpen, brought to you by the Florida Lottery. This summer, the World Cup is coming to Fox and FS1. Every match live and over 300 hours of coverage. The world's biggest sporting event begins June 14th on Fox and FS1. It's not as if he doesn't trust the screen, but he brought his glove anyway.
That's right. You got to plan that out now. You're not going to get quite the same opportunity, although what he's hoping for is that high, the high foul ball, and then he can settle underneath it.
Sergio Romo is the new pitcher. Want to know the count to Valencia. So an inning for Alvarado. He entered with a couple of men on. 1-1. That pitch in there, and it's 1-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Valencia had a base hit in the 6th inning. Orioles have had hits in every inning through the front 7. And here's in the 8th, a long drive off the bat of Valencia, and that's going to get out of here. Romo has given up a home run to Valencia. Well, you feared that sooner or later he would come alive against Ray's pitching, because he just murders Ray's pitching. It was single in the 6th, and now the home run here in the 8th, and it's a 3-run game, 8-5.
Well, and it was a no-doubter too. He got a ball that just kind of spun out over the plate. And Sergio Romo relies so heavily on his slider, and so often it's so good. that one started middle in and really never got to his desired location.
Santander, and he shoots a base hit the other way. That's his third hit tonight. Span in to make the pickup, and here we go. Another threat by Baltimore.
They just will not go away. This has been one of those games where you're thinking the way that the Rays started offensively, put up 8 runs early, and now fighting for every last out, trying to run the clock out.
Caleb Joseph is due to hit, but Cisco comes off the bench. The pinch-a-penny pinch hitter, Chance Cisco, will bat for Caleb Joseph. Snyder out to have a little get-together with the Rays battery, Romo and Ramos. The Rays wrapping up their stay in Baltimore. They'll be headed to Boston. We'll be with you tomorrow, 6:30, when Blake Snell squares off against the left-hander Drew Pomeranz. Chirinos and Price, the Saturday afternoon matchup. And then Sunday, bullpen day for the Rays against Rick Porcello. And we'll be with you at 12:30. An 8-5 ball game, and here is Cisco. He homered in the 5th inning of last night's game and takes a strike. The home run for Cisco, first of the year. A couple in the brief time he was with the Orioles last year. Bouncer foul, 0-2. The double play has helped the Rays in each of the last 2 innings. They've turned 3 tonight. 1 on, 1 out, a run home in the 8th. Darren O'Day down in their bullpen. And now Cisco is hit on the foot by that pitch. That will send Cisco to first, move Santander up to second base. And what really concerns you is now, after all of this, the Orioles will get the potential tying run to the plate in Trey Mancini. It's been a tough outing for Romo. A home run, single, and now a hit batter. Cut and a foul ball back, strike 1. Mancini has doubled and singled. He has a run batted in. 2 runs scored. Pitches away. 1-1. Mancini 0 for 2 against Romo. 1-1 the count right now in the 8th inning. Yeah, it's a strike picking up the edge of the zone. Now a ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, well placed here. Very well placed. You see Wilson Ramos going out there to get it, keep it on that corner.
Two and 2. Peterson on deck. And a ground ball, third. Out at third, throw to first, skips in and picked over there by Crone, and the Rays get another double play. For the third consecutive inning, the Rays get a double play to get out of a spot and will go to the ninth with the Rays leading by 3, 8-5. Lead up by 3 now. Darren O'Day will be the new pitcher, making his 9th appearance, and for the Orioles, their 5th pitcher of the game. Rays will have C.J. Crone to lead it off, and he is the guy who opened the scoring with a home run, a 2-run shot way back in the first. His 6th home run. So it's Bundy, Wright, Gibbons, Brock, and O'Day. The Rays have not scored on the Baltimore bullpen tonight. O'Day's pitch is a ball. Cisco in to catch after pinch hitting.
Another deceptive delivery for Buck Showalter. Darren O'Day, the submariner, sidewinder. Not a true submarine, but he's pretty close.
Hot shot down the line and left. Is it going to be fair? That's a foul ball. Home run distance, but pulled foul by C.J. Crone.
We got a spinner right in the middle of the plate, just a little bit too quick.
Look at that, just foul. One and one, the count. And a good take there for ball 2. 2-1. Popped up. Will it stay playable? It appears that it will. Davis and Cisco, and it's Cisco in front of the dugout making the catch. You know, not only have the Rays not scored against the bullpen, the Rays have 12 hits tonight and only 1 against the Baltimore bullpen. So the bullpen for Baltimore has done a great job.
Think about all those styles that have come out of there.
Yep.
You know, different velocities, different arm slots, all of them unconventional.
The only runner they've given up is the base hit by Robertson in the 7th. No walks. Now Carlos Gomez. He shoots one toward right center field. That's got some good carry and will one-hop the wall. Gomez on his way to second with a double. So the Rays with one out have a man in scoring position. Take a look at this. It skipped over the wall and hit the base of the stands and bounded back. So that's an automatic double right there. Second hit of the night for the Rays right fielder. Now it's Brad Miller. It's inside. Miller is 2 out of 4. Scored a couple of runs, has a single and a double. Shot into left. Mancini backs up to make the catch. Gomez retreats to second.
I thought he was going to get turned around one too many times on that hard hit line drive by Brad Miller, but he's able to stay with it, make that play. Did a good job of never letting his eyes get away from that baseball.
So with 2 outs, Daniel Robertson trying to pick up an additional run. Gomez heads to third. The throw down, thrown into left, and Gomez heads to the plate. He's going to score, and the Rays pick up that additional run on a steal of third by Gomez and a throwing error charged to Cisco. The Rays pick up the additional run to make it a 4-run game again.
Well, Cisco just into the game, and there goes Gomez. He's going to come flying out. Never had a hold of the baseball. Never had a hold. That thing looked like it was moving as the hand was moving forward.
So Gomez picks up his 2nd stolen base of the year and scores on the error. Now 1-1. So how about that? The Rays finally score a run off the Baltimore bullpen with a little help from the rookie catcher. It's fouled away. 1-2. Robertson picked up a run, batted in the 2-run third. And he is out on strikes against O'Day, but the Rays pick up the 1 unearned run. Alex Colomé ready in the bullpen. On to the bottom of the ninth we go in Baltimore with the Rays again leading by 4. It's 9-5. And Alex Colomé enters this game. Technically not a save situation, but the way you felt all night about this game, that doesn't make any difference. Whatever it takes to nail this game down is the thinking here. And Colomé's on for the 11th time.
Yeah, I could not agree more. And this is to keep the streak going here for the Rays. And Alex Colomé, who's thrown the ball better as of late, started to incorporate a little bit more of the four-seam fastball that he's been getting in that 94, 96 range. And then that little cutter slash slider hybrid.
Well, he faces Jace Peterson to begin the bottom of the ninth. And he takes the pitch for a ball. Machado to follow, and then Jones. Middle part of the order coming up. Rays happy to have an additional run, a gift in the top of the ninth. 2-0 the count. Archer, Rowe, Alvarado, Romo, and Colomé. It's been Bundy, Wright, Gibbons, Brock, and O'Day for Baltimore. That's a strike, makes it 2-1. Colomé came on and worked the ninth inning Sunday in the Rays' 8-6 win over Minnesota. Now he's behind Peterson 3-1. Colomé struck out the side in the ninth against the Twins and then got the win in that game when Gomez hit the walk-off home run in an 8-6 victory. High fly ball headed into left for Denard Span. He's there waiting. One away. The leadoff man retired. One out, bases empty, and Manny Machado makes his way to the plate.
Well, he's had some success off of Colomé, but not a ton of damage. You see the 6 hits, all of them singles. He has gotten them 4 times via the strikeout. He's down to their final 2 outs here.
So Machado, who drove in a run in the third, 2 for 4, it takes the ball.
And this ball game has, as well as the offense for the Rays performed early, has never felt.
No, you score 9 runs, you figure you feel a little more comfortable than we have tonight. This hasn't been the case. Up the middle, but right there is Wendell. Defense perfectly to take care of Machado. It'll go 4-3. Wendell to first.
Yeah, the moment that you felt pretty good, 6-0, okay, and then all of a sudden 6-2, then 8-2. Yep. And 8-2, you're like, okay, that was it. Rays answered. They're going to run away with this thing. 8-4, 8-5. Rays continue to get bailed out with double plays, with runners all over the place.
Yeah, they turned 4 double plays.
Jeez.
And 3 of them came in the 6th, 7th, and 8th innings.
Yes, yes. With, I mean, the potential for the game to get real weird. We just saw Kevin Cash smile. He's feeling with 1 out to go and a 4-run lead. I'm gonna smile.
Yeah, I could afford to smile. Well, but that was a feeling all night.
Yeah,
I'll tell you.
It absolutely was. Never comfortable.
Rays trying to win their 6th in a row.
And it's been years since they've done that.
2014.
That was astounding to me.
Yep. And July of 2014. Liner into left center field. That's in for a base hit. So Jones is aboard with his 3rd hit tonight. Chris Davis will be the hitter. Well, of course, it would work out this way against Colomé, who retired Machado. Machado was 6 of 15 against Colomé. Well, Colomé retires him. Jones against Alex had gone 1 for 14 and just scorched a line drive base hit. And now it's Chris Davis. He's 1 for 9. So see how this turns out. Orioles have actually out-hit the Rays tonight, 15-13. A 1-0 count here to Davis. It's wide, 2-0. Well, you might as well end it here. You've got Alvarez next and Valencia deeper. You really don't want to get down there.
No.
Given the history of all that. But it's 2-0 to Chris Davis, and he fouls it. 2-1 count to the Orioles' first baseman. Pedro Alvarez on deck. Have won 5 straight, 6 out of 7. They're an out away from winning this one. Now it's 3-1.
Now, and this is what you can't have. With the 4-run lead, you know, 2-out base hit, okay. Yes, Chris Davis definitely dangerous, but no free passes.
Colomé's 3-1. Liner into right. That's going to fall for a base hit. Down to second goes Jones. 2 men on with 2 men out. Davis ahead in the count, singles.
Nobody's smiling now, understandably so. Here comes really what is no shock to this ball game. Baltimore with their 16th hit of the night.
So 2 men on, 2 men out. Pedro Alvarez will be the hitter. Alvarez had a base hit back in the second. And a strike. Get the count running in the favor of the Rays and Colomé. Did he go? Check apparently. 1-1. First 2 men were retired, Peterson and Machado, before singles by Jones and Davis. It's foul the other way, 1-2. How about that run in the top of the 9th? Otherwise, the potential tying run would be at the plate right now.
And wasn't it Carlos Gomez just a few games ago that did kind of the same thing, hustle play to score an extra run that came in awful handy, and that's what he did there. You know, trying to steal third.
Over to third goes Jones.
Let it go.
And the pitch is up and away. It's 2-2.
See the Orioles do that twice here tonight. Abandoned position, just take that bag. But you're right now concerned about the hitter at the plate. Get him out, game over.
It's a 20-pitch inning for Colomé. Two. Cut to miss, and this one is over. Rays win it. Colomé strikes out Alvarez to end it. So the Rays extend their winning streak to 6 with this 9-5 win over the Baltimore Orioles, the longest winning streak under Kevin Cash. 6 in a row, and the Rays win their 10th game of the year. Here's the final pitch.
Backdoor cutter. Well executed. Maybe the best pitch of the inning. And Kevin Cash, smile returns.
Took 3 hours and 20 minutes to play it. Rays are winners 9-5 over Baltimore. Well, Brian Anderson, Dwayne Stats. Hope you've enjoyed the telecast. Rays move on to Boston. We'll see you tomorrow on Fox Sports Sun. Our coverage begins at 6:30.